川普拟提名担任美国驻华大使的戴维珀杜是共和党资深参议员，曾在国会担任过多个海军、金融小组的主席。戴维从政前，大部分时间在新加坡和中国香港生活过，曾在瑞部担任过首席执行官，算是知华派。主张通过合作来应对全球日益增长的恐怖主义、毒品和贫困等问题。他拥有40年的国际商业经验。戴维是川普党内忠实的支持者和朋友。这位大器晚成的74岁前参议员能够提名驻华大使，是川普对忠诚优先的再次奖励。川普同时认为戴维有助于加强美国与中国的关系。让我们来看看这位准大使戴维在采访中谈到了他对中国的一些主要看法。
Every dime that we spend on our military is borrowed money today because of our financial situation in the United States. Now, China's got a problem with that too. It's just harder to manage it, harder to measure that. So one option is we could slip into an arms race, a Cold War, and the world cannot afford for us to do that. We cannot afford for us to do that, in my opinion. Does that mean we disengage? No, it means we engage further. And that's what I'm trying to do as a member of the Senate. Steve Daines, who also lived over there, I lived in Singapore and Hong Kong. We did some of the first joint ventures in China. Steve Daines actually lived there with Procter & Gamble. I was there with Sarah Lee. We are trying to develop a more in-depth relationship with other people besides just Xi Jinping and President Donald Trump. We've had their Judiciary Committee from their NPC has come to our operation here. We've been over there and taken delegations over there. So we're trying to develop a more in-depth relationship. But what we have to do is realize that if we don't engage, then this will become a reality. But by engaging, then we look at the second option, and here's the question of the day, in my opinion. And I have an opinion. It's a weak backup. But the question is can we coexist as two economic powers and compete and cooperate? And that's the question. I don't mind them having a strong military. We have a strong military. But if we cooperate from the standpoint of economic development of the world, think about this. There are 80 million people, refugees, today, roaming the face of the earth. 80 million. We're generating the next generation of terrorists around the world today. We're doing that. The West is. And so by not addressing that issue collectively, it's going to overwhelm us. I mean, I've been to Gaziantep. I've seen some of these refugee camps. I've been to Jordan. I've seen them try to immerse. Been to Turkey, seen how they're trying to immerse this in their population. It's not working. I've been to Egypt. They got 6 million refugees in Egypt. They don't have the infrastructure. So China being the big economic power that it is and will be, and the United States being the big economic power that it is and will be, we owe it to the world to get together and do what the United States pretty much has done single-handedly over the last 70 years, and that's helped the rest of the world develop economically. Some measures say that because of our U.S. Navy and because of the economic power that we've had in the United States and our open market here, that we've helped lower serious global poverty by over 50% in the last 30 years. And I've seen that in some places. So that needs China and the U.S. to become a cooperative force in the world today. And if we don't, and line our allies up with that, it could turn into a very dark world over the next 50 years. With that, I'll conclude my remarks, Bonnie. I'd love to leave some time to have some questions and take your comments as well. Thank you very much.